Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Many of us love the taste of fresh cheese. We like to have varieties in our refrigerator. We want to have the things that we enjoy, but these foods don't last very long. How can you help your cheeses last longer? What are some choices you can have for your prepper pantry and your long-term food storage? Well, first you can know that you can freeze hard cheeses. That changes the consistency, so you could freeze, say, your cheddar cheese, but then it gets all crumbly. So as long as you realize that then you could use it to crumble over casseroles, put it over tacos, roll it in burritos, sprinkle it into lasagnas, you can still have your cheeses in the freezer, the hard cheeses. But to just take them out and try to serve them on a charcuterie tray with some fresh meats and soft breads, it's not going to be the same. But you can put your cheese in the freezer, and I've had it last probably 2 years. It's nice to also have blue cheese dressing, for example, in a jar, but you can't put that in the freezer. That just doesn't, it separates because of the things like oils and eggs and things that are in it, they separate. Anything that's, say, mayonnaise based isn't going to freeze well, and so you should try to only have enough that you can use it up within a reasonable amount of time. Then if you look through your grocery store, you may find some shelf-stable pantry cheeses that you can let them sit in your prepper pantry and store them there, but once you open them, then they need to be refrigerated. You can find grated cheeses, Parmesan cheese, jars of cheese spread, and even different kinds of cheesy dips. I've seen spray cans of cheese, but I don't care for those. My family doesn't care for those, so I don't buy those. There are different varieties, and as always, if you think you might like it, take one home and try it, and if you like it, you can always go back and get more. Plus, cheese tends to be more expensive, and so it's harder to buy a lot of it at once, but if you pick it up a little at a time, then you'll have some things that last longer. These may not be the most gourmet cheeses ever, but it certainly allows you to have cheese that can last for several years in your pantry. Here's a product I found about a year ago that is very good. It's just cheese. It's like dehydrated crispy cheese. They're called Wisps. I found them in the produce department. You would think they would be with crackers or chips or snacks, but they were in the produce department. Thank you to the store worker who helped me find these at the store. And if you're in the store and you see one of the people that's picking out the things for the online orders, they know where everything is. Ask them and they can show you exactly where it is, and they've usually heard of most of the things. Then I found this small package at the Dollar Tree, and I picked it up immediately. You can eat these as snacks, you can put them into recipes, crumble them over salads, do all the things you would want to do with just cheese, because that's what it is, just cheese. Look for packaged foods that are designed to include cheese, easy to eat, ready to go meals, such as pasta Alfredo, macaroni and cheese, jars of Alfredo sauce. You can even look for pastaroni with Alfredo and different kind of cheeses. You can look for hamburger helper that's, say, cheeseburger macaroni. So if you want to add to your cheese stockpile, go through the store and look for foods that include cheese that can be in your prepper pantry and you can store for a while. I take macaroni and cheese packets, I take them out of the packet, I put them into a clean jar and put on the lid, and they last several years longer that way. I also take things like the Knorr sides, mashed potatoes, little packets of muffin mixes. I store those. I stack them into 5-gallon buckets and put on the lid, and they have lasted several years that way. I don't do anything else to them. I've done videos making expired macaroni and cheese, Easy Max, pasta noodles, and all of the food have always turned out to be just fine to eat several years past the best by use by sell by date. I'll put a link to some of those videos if you're interested in seeing about cooking and eating expired foods. It's not really expired, it's just past the best by date. Look for a few unexpected cheese sources. Look for soups, spicy chicken quesadilla, baked potato with cheddar and bacon bits, How about blue cheese stuffed olives? You can also look for some of the dried soup mixes like Bear Creek soup mixes. They have a cheddar potato soup, a cheddar broccoli soup, and a creamy cheddar pasta. I have some of the Bear Creek soups put away in my long-term food storage. I put the whole packages into an airtight container and then I have them there. They last for several years. For the absolute longest lasting cheese, I bought some cheese blend powder from Augustin Farms. It has 43 servings and a 10-year shelf life. Yes, Augustin Farms, as many other foods, are more difficult to find these days, but you can be on the lookout and have a plan that when you see it at a price you can afford, you might want to add some of the freeze-dried cheese powders into your longest term food storage. Now remember, all of these foods are supposed to be foods that you're willing to eat, that you rotate. You don't just buy them and put them away for the SHTF apocalypse. It's supposed to be foods that you have to rotate to feed your family, so that if the power goes out, you can reach for some canned and packaged foods. If you run out of money before you run out of month, you can go into your pantry and make a pasta dinner. Shortages in the stores, more lockdowns, you can continue to feed your family for weeks and even months. That's why we're preppers. We want to have the things we need to make each day the best possible. If you can think of other cheese varieties of how to add to your prepper pantry and what you can do with them, leave it in the comments below so we can learn from each other. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.